A night swim turned nightmare. Emily loved the peace of swimming at night, the shimmering pool, the quiet darkness. It felt like a private escape. One summer night, unable to sleep, she slipped into her swimsuit and crept outside. The cool water welcomed her as she glided across the pool, the moonlight casting eerie reflections on the surface. Suddenly, she felt a chill run down her spine as she noticed a shadowy figure lurking beneath the water, leading to a haunting warning that threatened her safety. Halfway through her laps, Emily felt it, a cold brush against her ankle. She stopped, treading water, her heart racing. Probably just a leaf, she whispered to herself, but the pool was spotless earlier that evening. She resumed swimming, but this time the water felt heavier. Every stroke seemed harder, as if the pool was resisting her. She looked back and her breath caught. A dark shadow loomed beneath her, motionless, staring up. Panicking, she swam toward the edge, but the shadow moved faster. It reached her before she could climb out. Cold, slimy fingers wrapped around her ankle and yanked her down. Underwater, she thrashed, her lungs burning. Her eyes opened and she saw it, a pale face with hollow eyes, its mouth open in a silent scream. Emily kicked with all her strength, breaking free and shot to the surface. Gasping for air, she clung to the pool's edge. The water was calm again, the shadow gone. Shaking, she climbed out, dripping and terrified. As she turned to leave, the pool lights flickered. When they steadied, she saw wet footprints leading from the water. Toward her. She froze, her breath catching in her throat. "Who's there?" she called out, her voice trembling. No response. Suddenly, the pool lights went out completely. In the suffocating darkness, she heard it, a low, guttural whisper inches from her ear. "You shouldn't have come alone." Emily screamed and ran, slipping on the wet tiles but managing to make it to her house. She slammed the door behind her, locking it tightly. Her heart pounded as she peered out the window. The pool was still, glowing faintly in the moonlight. Just as she turned away, her phone buzzed with a message. Shaking, she unlocked it. The text read, "Don't look under your bed." Emily's eyes widened. She spun around, but before she could move, icy fingers gripped her ankle again. The lights in her house flickered, and her scream was swallowed by the darkness. The next morning, the pool was empty, but floating on the surface was Emily's swimsuit and a single note. "Stay out of the water.